Welcome back to another edition of 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse Halloween Extravaganza. And I did say monster movie last show, right? So how about 1961's Creature from the Haunted Sea, a Roger Corman film? Now, this was a thing where basically Roger's company was Film Group, and he went down to Puerto Rico, I guess it was a tax dodge or something like that, and basically shot three films. Battle of Bloody Beach, I think one of them was. It was some World War II movie. The Creature from the Haunted Sea, and then The Last Woman on Earth that he shot in color with a cast of three. And that same cast was used with The Creature from the Haunted Sea, which basically has Anthony Carbone, Edward Wayne, a.k.a. Robert Town, the screenwriter, Betsy Jones Moreland, Beach Dickerson, and some other people that basically... It's going during the Cuban Revolution, and Carbone's a gangster who basically has to get off the island, and he can get off the island without anybody checking him. So he's going to take the whole Cuban treasury with him with a bunch of generals and soldiers. Well, of course, they want to get rid of these guys so they can steal the loot. So they create this fake sea monster, which basically they kill one of the soldiers by taking a plunger dipped in a bunch of seaweed and green ink and stuff and put it over his face while one of the guys claws him with a bunch of garden trowels. But unbeknownst to them, there actually is a real sea monster there who kills another soldier. So there's an argument about killing soldiers, this and that and the other thing. There's two women on the island, and see, the Beach Dickerson's character is Pete Peterson Jr., son of Pete Peterson Sr., who basically used to do animal impressions but scrambled his brains doing an impression of a whooping crane. So him and this other woman are exchanging animal noises, obviously synced in, and she has a daughter who goes with the younger member of the cast, and they get killed by the sea monster. So it's like this whole deal where, okay, all the Cuban soldiers are wiped out either by the crew or by the real sea monster, and it ends up with, the real sea monster at the end sitting on the chest of gold, which had fallen overboard, basically chewing on a bone. So, yeah, this was, from what I understand, this was supposedly a remake of Beast from Haunted Cave without the Haunted Cave in the ocean. But it was also shot strictly for laughs. It's a comedy. It has animation in the opening credits, and that tuba music, I think Fred Katz did it. It's probably the same music they used for Little Shop of Horrors. Now, the interesting thing was, years ago, this company, what was the name of this guy? Legend Video had contacted me and had sent me this, which is a colorized version of Creature from the Haunted Sea. They also had sent me, I believe, Bride of the Monster, Devil Bat, a couple other ones. These are the people that were actually doing the color correction on the Ray Harryhausen films that they were doing color corrections on, like 20 Million Miles to Earth, Came from Beneath the Sea, stuff like that. So this was a really, I'm not into colorizing black and white films, but they really did a good job on this. I don't know if this is available anymore, but it definitely, they definitely did a super job on it. It looks good. So I can find nothing wrong with it. I think they basically, this was a public domain film, as was the other two I mentioned, that they had picked up and, experimented on prior to doing the Harryhausen stuff. So, it's interesting. Plus, like I said, this was shot down there with two other films as a tax dodge for Film Group, and this Film Group became public domain, so that's what happened there. So that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. More mayhem tomorrow, so we'll catch you on the flip side.